Hi Cancer, this is Tracy from Northeast Tarot and welcome to your September 2019 monthly tarot forecast. This is for Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon, and Cancer Rising signs. All right, Cancer, there is the Devil. So I'm going to stick the Devil back in because I'm not done shuffling just yet. So maybe some of you are dealing with a Capricorn here in September. There could be maybe a temptation with the Devil. Okay, so Ace of Cups, Seven of Cups, Three of Pentacles. So those of you that are already partnered, it could be from a third party, a temptation. It could be in the workplace with the Three of Pentacles. Seven of Cups, though. Seven of Cups is that emotionally scattered sort of energy. It's illusions, confusions, delusions, things on the surface appearing to be a certain way. But if you look a little bit closer, a little bit deeper, you'll see that things are very different. So those of you that have new love coming in or a temptation, I would look closely here because maybe things are appearing to be a certain way, but that might not be the case. So listen to your intuition with the Devil that we just seen. It could be a temptation. With the Devil, it might not be the best. Seven of Cups with the Devil can be someone who's like escaping reality. So you could be dealing with someone who is doing that. Some of you Cancers could be tempted to do that. With the Devil, I mean, it can really represent anything, sex, drugs, rock and roll, you name it. But it's not the healthiest influence or temptation, so just keep that in mind. All right, Cancer, we're focusing on September 2019. This is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. I am using the Wheel of the Year tarot deck here this month. I'm also pulling you an overall additional guidance card, a love and relationship-focused oracle, and then a health and well-being. There is the Eight of Swords. So some of you are anxious, maybe fearing the worst, overthinking things here, so just be aware of that. The Devil can be some of you maybe with that Seven of Cups feeling a little scattered, and you could be obsessing, maybe even really fearful. So needing to ground your energy, Cancer. Try to stay out of your head. Try to stay positive. There is Seven of Wands. Standing your ground, not backing down. Very passionate energy. Maybe standing up for yourself, standing up for what it is that you believe in. All right, I'm just getting a ton of cards flipping out. There's the Hanged Man. So Hanged Man can represent surrendering, letting go, going with the flow. Maybe some of you need to take a step back, look at the larger picture. Try to see things from a different perspective. All right, a lot of characters here, Cancer, so you're definitely dealing with a lot of energies here, a lot of different energies, a lot of characters here in September. So at the bottom of the deck here, this is the overall energy. I do have the Eight of Pentacles. So some of you could be landing a new job or learning a new skill, a new trade here. If you don't work for a living, you could be working on a project. We see some of you very, very focused on something. And we just had that Seven of Wands, which is a very passionate energy. So some of you are definitely very focused on a goal here. Let's see. Oh yeah, we have strength here. So that's, yeah, strength, the Three of Wands. And so, yeah, I think that I'm reading for some Cancers, you're incredibly motivated, very, very passionate here. Threes speak about growth. And so whatever it is that you've been working on, building, working on, Cancer, you're making progress here, definitely. You might need to be patient with this, but you're definitely making progress. And right at the center, we do have the Star. So very nice. The Star is that very optimistic, hopeful energy. It also represents you very much being spiritually protected and guided. It's important to listen to your intuition here, definitely. As far as, you know, putting time and energy into something, not giving up with strength, not giving up, working towards that goal. Here we have the Six of Swords in the challenge position. And so if you are moving forward in some way, needing to move forward optimistically, definitely. If you're starting a new job with the Eight of Pentacles can represent some of you landing a new job. If you've been a little nervous, a little fearful, needing to move forward optimistically here. You're moving away from maybe a challenging time for some of you, a little bit of turbulence prior, but sixes are all about balance and harmony. And so for some of you, the energy is... it's going to feel more stable and balanced. You're very much being divinely guided, and the Star for me can confirm that you're on the right path. Very nice. We do have the Page of Cups, and so there could have been some sort of news or a message that came through prior. Very positive message. It could have been sweet. For some of you, maybe this is on the love front. Could have been the very early stages of something here. If not romantic, it could have been a friendship here with the Page of Cups. Others, maybe your child, you and your child could be doing some traveling here in September. This is definitely a child for some of you. That's significant. We have the Six of Cups here in the recent past. So some of you, a child. Could have been significant prior, but then here in September, maybe you and a child are doing some traveling, or maybe you're going to travel and see a child. Six of Cups for other Cancers. This could have been you reminiscing a lot. Six of Cups, there even could have been someone from your past that maybe popped up in the recent past, maybe in August. You could have heard from an ex. With the Page of Cups and the Six of Cups. Crowning you, I have the Queen of Pentacles. And so those of you that have just landed a new job, or you're learning a new skill, maybe even going back to school or taking a class, here, this is why we have the Queen of Pentacles crowning you, because this is what you're focused on, and you're on the right path, you're making the right choices, Cancer. Other Cancers, this could be an earth energy that you're thinking about. Maybe someone from your past popped up. Could be a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn person. Those Cancer females, this also can be you very focused on the home, very focused on your family, your children if you have children. Coming up in the near future, I do have the World. And so the World can represent a phase, a chapter of your life ending, but you're moving into that next chapter, that next phase. I always say with the World, it's a process, and it's really like you graduating. It's a very blessed energy. So some of you, you're in that process of maybe starting that next chapter of your life. Other Cancers, this could be some travel coming up for you here. For some of you, around the second week, this could be long distance travel. Maybe you were trying to travel here right at the start of the month. Maybe it gets postponed, or you put it off to the second week here. So travel could be coming up for you here, Cancer, in September. And then in the position of your power, I do have the King of Cups. So definitely reading for some male Cancers. coming up very much in your element here around the 3rd week, which is good. This is you trusting your instincts. For some of you, following your heart. Matters of the heart could be significant here at this time. Some of you dealing with a Taurus here. You could be dealing with one of the fixed signs. So Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, or Scorpio might be significant for some of you. I view the King of Cups as someone who's emotionally mature. So some of you around the 3rd week, this is your energy. And here in the position of how others are viewing you, we do have the 6 of Wands, which can be someone who's very confident, emotionally mature, very confident, moving forward confidently. It is another 6 here, and so again, you're on the right path. Move forward optimistically here, and the energy is improving. You have a 6 in the recent past, a 6 here, and a 6 in the near future. 6 of Wands speaks about success, victory. Some of you might be in the spotlight in some way. If you're a Cancer that just landed a new job, or you're just working hard and you're being recognized. For some of you, might be in the spotlight here in September, acknowledged in some way around the 3rd week for some of you. In the hopes and fears, I have the King of Wands. So some of you Cancers dealing with a Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries. I do have 2 kings here. So King of Wands, King of Cups. I could be I could be reading for some Cancers that you're dealing with 2 men. You could be a Cancer woman. You might have Earth in your chart. You might be dealing with 2 men. So maybe a fellow water sign person. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, and then we have this fire sign energy. Lots of characters. I have 2 kings, but then I also have 2 queens. Energy that you have leaving the month of September going into October. We have the Queen of Swords. So Queen of Swords here, I mean, you can see in this illustration, she's a tough cookie. She's not the emotional, she's not really an emotional being, which we see that some of you around the 3rd week, you're coming up very much in your element. You're an emotional being, Cancer, no matter if you're male or female. You could be dealing with someone who's the complete opposite here, and this is right at the end of the month here. So she can be someone, she's been hurt in love. She's been through quite a bit, so she's very guarded. She's not really in touch with her emotions. She can be a little hard, and so some of you are dealing with a female like this at the end of the month here. And so 2 kings, 2 queens, lots of characters. If you're a Cancer that has air in your chart, you might be a Cancer female here. And so if you have water and air in your chart, the last week of the month, I mean, you could be very, very focused on a particular matter. You could be seeking some sort of fairness or truth, or wanting something done in a particular fashion. Yeah, the Queen of Swords is definitely a more serious being. She has the sword here. You know, she's not afraid to use it here. She's a good speaker. She's someone who is seeking that justice or that truth. And so, yeah, so very interesting. Let's go ahead and put down a second layer here, Cancer. We're going to do some clarifying. September 2019. Okay, so that is the Sun. So a Leo could be significant. Cancer, September 2019. But also the Sun can represent a child who's significant. We do have the Page of Cups here. We do have the 6 of Cups in the recent past. So for some of you, a child or children are significant. If there's something going on with a child, I mean, Queen of Swords energy, you know, for some of you could be you know, definitely more stern, very focused here, speaking your mind here with this energy, wanting what's fair. Maybe some of you are defending a child. We had that Seven of Wands earlier pop out, which can be someone who's standing their ground and not backing down. Yeah, that's interesting. There is the Seven of Swords. And yes, if you feel lied to or cheated in some way, done wrong in some way, standing up for yourself, Cancer. Maybe some of you are going to use that sword there. Seven of Swords can speak about deception or someone who's sneaking around, trying to get away with something. But the Seven of Swords, this person always gets caught. So maybe some of you are seeing someone. Someone could be lying. You could be seeing their true colors here at that time. Alright, so at the bottom of this deck, Cancer, I have the Ace of Rods. So Ace of Rods can be a new possibility, an exciting possibility with the Ace of Rods. So it could be a new passion, a new job, an idea. So we have this potential here, this new beginning. Now maybe some of you at the start of the month, you have to make a decision about this because we have the Two of Swords here. So Two of Swords, Eight of Rods. There could be messages, communication coming in. Maybe you're hearing from someone. We do have the Six of Cups here, Cancer, in the recent past. So hearing from someone. Maybe someone wants to reconcile with you, but you're not sure. Two of Swords is definitely someone who is guarding their heart. They're not sure. They're hesitant. They're not ready to make a decision. So it's so very important that you listen to your intuition, Cancer. And this is in regards to moving forward. You know, what's interesting is we have the Eight of Rods. We have the Six of Swords. Both of these cards are in the challenge position, but it's like Spirit is urging you to move forward. Move forward optimistically. Have faith. You have the Star here. But some of you are maybe not ready, or you're maybe not listening to your intuition. So very, very interesting. Maybe someone wants to reconnect with you, get back together with you, but you're not ready. Or it might have something to do with children. You know, maybe an ex, they could have disappeared, something like that. And maybe now they want to come back around and maybe see a child, something like that. Something with children and travel. Six of Swords at your foundation now with the Page of Cups. Recent past, Six of Cups, Knight of Swords. So some of you had someone come back all of a sudden here with the Knight of Swords, someone popping up very randomly. Knight of Swords energy. So you could be dealing with an Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. You could be dealing with someone who's younger. You could be dealing with someone who acted very immaturely. Maybe they made a hasty decision. For some of you, dealing with this Knight of Swords. And then crowning you, we have this Queen of Pentacles with the Ten of Pentacles. So you Cancer females, I mentioned if you don't work for a living. For some of you, this could be you focused on your career, your business, if you're a business owner. Others, this is you focused on the home. The family here in September, very, very focused on the family. the home, and then in the near future, the world with the Seven of Cups. So if you're looking at multiple different choices here around the second week, look closely. This is that scattered emotional energy here. So look a little bit closer, dig a little bit deeper. For some of you, maybe not all is known here. Could be around, or it could be with one of the fixed signs, Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, or Scorpio. If you're moving, if you're going to be physically traveling, you might be looking at several different properties. You have multiple choices in front of you, and maybe you couldn't narrow it down prior with this Two of Swords, but here around the second week could be when you're deciding to look at all of the possibilities here. We see this Ace of Rods here. There's Judgment underneath the Ace of Rods, which Judgment can speak about second chances. Wow. Judgment, rising up from the ashes. For some of you, a blessing that's coming in. Some of you will have to make an important decision. This is a life-changing decision. You are hearing the call to take action, but you're blocking your intuition out. So just know that this is definitely a lot of spiritual energy here. Things happening that are meant to happen at this time for you, Cancer. Definitely dealing with fated events. But some of you at the start of the month, you might not be ready to make a decision. You could be blocking people. You have a lot of characters here, blocking people out. You could be blocking your intuition. Some of you, you're being urged to make a decision. We have this new possibility here. But around the second week, we do see you looking at those choices, those options. What's interesting is we have the King of Cups here with the Three of Swords. So if this is your partner, Three of Swords can obviously speak about disappointment, a heavy heart. Some of you may be dealing with a three-party situation. If you're dealing with a three-party situation, Two of Swords could be that you're not ready to narrow it down. You're not ready to make a decision. And then in the position of how others are viewing you, Six of Wands with the Nine of Wands. So this is someone who's persevering, not giving up. But for me, Nine of Rods is also very suspicious energy, and it's someone who has their guard up. So I think that either you or someone you're dealing with, they have their guard up, Cancer. So we have the Two of Swords here, Nine of Rods. We have that Queen of Swords at the end of the month here. So some of you are dealing with someone who, they have like a very tough exterior. Their guard might be up. Your guard might be up. You could be suspicious of them. They could be suspicious of you. We just had that Seven of Swords pop out. Maybe there's been deception. Here we have the King of Wands with the Lover's card in the hopes and fears. So again, it's like a decision is needed. You're being divinely inspired to make a decision with Judgment, needing to hear the call. But some of you maybe aren't ready. So if you're dating multiple people, there might be a choice that's needed. Needing to look a little closer at those choices. Something on the surface might appear to be a certain way, but it's not the case. And then here we have the Queen of Swords with the Page of Rods. So another page. So news coming in here, maybe from an Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. We do have the Lover's card here, so some of you, maybe it's a Gemini person. You could be hearing from this Queen of Swords here at this time. And those of you that couldn't make a decision here in September, those of you that are deciding to make a decision, you could be making a decision here at the end of the month, reaching out to someone with the Page of Rods. You could be communicating with someone. You could be speaking your truth with the Queen of Swords energy. So, such an interesting reading, Cancer. I definitely suggest watching your other signs. Let's pull you an overall additional guidance card. Cancer for September. All right, so focusing on love life, Cancer. I could also be reading for some Cancers that, if this is on the love front, I could be reading for some Cancers you're dating multiple people. You could be rejecting someone. Maybe it's an ex. 6 of Cups in the recent past. With the Knight of Swords, you might have dated someone younger, or maybe someone just acted very immature in the recent past. Knight of Swords for me often is someone who makes poor choices. He tends to act a little bit too quickly, gets himself into trouble. He regrets things later on. And so maybe some of you have an ex that maybe ended it too quickly, or yeah, that 7 of Swords, you know, he could have lied, something could have happened, and he wants to come back and you're rejecting them. Some of you could be rejecting this person multiple times. So very interesting, Cancer. All right, let's focus on health and well-being. Cancer, September. All right, lots of additional guidance, Cancer. Let's see. All right, very nice. Bright future, stop worrying, everything is going to be fine. Very nice. So if you've been worrying a lot, Cancer, everything is looking good. So try to stay positive. You have the star here right at the center, so very much being spiritually guided, needing to move forward optimistically, also needing to delegate. Start delegating, ask others to help you instead of trying to do everything by yourself. Yeah, so I could be reading for some Cancers that, again, maybe a year in your chart. And so if you have that ear energy in your chart, you might be a warrior, very much in the mind, always overthinking things. And so maybe you're one of those people that you want to take everything on yourself because you want it to be done right, something like that. So maybe needing to ask for help, Cancer. Looking at love life, we do have religious factors. Your love life is being influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So if you're partnered, if you're in a relationship, you and your partner could be growing together spiritually. Definitely, you could be helping each other grow. Religious factors for me can represent several different things. If you're in a relationship, make sure that you guys are on the same page because, you know, one of you might want to get married, the other one doesn't want to get married. So for some of you, just make sure you're on the same page. Do have passion, allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. So if you're in a relationship, if you're married, if you're coupled, it could be a very passionate month for you guys because we do have the Ace of Rods here, Cancer. And now we have the Passion card. So those of you that are coupled, it could be a very passionate month for you. those of you that are deciding to get back together with someone, we do have the Ace of Rods here. So this is a very physical, passionate energy. So some of you that are choosing to get back together with someone, that could be the energy that you have coming in for you. But one of you would have to let your guard down with this Two of Swords here. All right, and looking at health and well-being, we do have call upon Archangel Raphael for help. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for healing, for your healing help with. Thank you for your divine healing intervention. So whatever it is that you're dealing with, Cancer, whatever problem, whatever issue it is that you're dealing with, invite Archangel Raphael in. Ask him for his guidance with this situation. And then we also have alternative medicine. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for guiding me to the ideal healing treatment modality and for giving me clear signs and messages to validate the best path for my well-being. And so if you are dealing with a health matter, look at alternatives. There could be some sort of alternative medicine that could help you. At least look at the alternatives. As far as maybe even natural remedies, things like that. And also call on Archangel Raphael for help. All right, Cancer. So overall, I think it's going to be a very good month for you. Stop worrying and also start delegating. All right, Cancer. So I hope that you found this reading helpful. If you are not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. If you are interested in having a private reading, please check out northeasttarot.com. Have a great month.